For more on the rise of anti-Semitism on college campuses, joining me today is Harvard University student Jacob Miller. Jacob, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What's the nature of the dialogue on Harvard's campus right now as it relates to the Middle East?
Well, I think dialogue is a generous term to describe it. You know, the day after October 7th, the Palestinian student group released a statement attributing sole blame to the massacres of Israeli civilians to Israel. And since then, we've just seen anti-Semitic rhetoric pervasive on Harvard's campus. On social media, we see posts about Jews controlling the media. On my way to class, I hear people chanting intifada, intifada. They're describing the war in Gaza as a genocide. And it's really just not really informed debate about what's going on in the region. It's just, you know, slogan after slogan of people who don't really know what they're talking about.
Is the Harvard administration doing enough?
No, I don't think so. I think the Harvard administration really needs to police unregistered protests that are occurring in places that they can't be occurring. You know, students shouldn't wake up to see protests going on outside of their dorm room in a really disruptive manner. The other weekend, there was a protest in the big library on campus. Students are trying to study for finals and are being distracted by these raucous protests. And at the same time, these protests are really hateful. You know, the students here are chanting for an intifada, which is, you know, the last time we had an intifada, there were Palestinian terrorists committing bus bombings. And this is what students on Harvard's campus are chanting for and cheering on.
What has been the impact of October 7th on your view of Harvard and your peers?
You know, it's really changed how I look at this campus. Beforehand, you know, I thought a lot of these people are kind of misinformed, don't entirely know what they're talking about. Maybe there's kind of, you know, some anti-Semitism mixed up in all of this. But after October 7th, you can't refute the obvious that anti-Semitism is a driving force of a lot of the pro-Palestinian activism that goes on. If, pro-Palestinian activism means justifying and legitimizing the rapes of Jewish women, I think that's a real problem. And I've become incredibly disillusioned with a lot of my peers who, at the very least, are comfortable endorsing violence against Jews, and some of them are actively cheering it on. And so, you know, I no longer think this is just kind of an instance of, you know, some people who are misinformed, who are, identifying with a certain side of the issue because it's the progressive side and they identify as progressives. But in a lot of cases, these students are actually anti-Semitic. And, you know, for those reasons, they call for, you know, from the river to the sea, because they don't want to see a Jewish state. They want to see the only Jewish state in the world cease to exist. And they chant intifada because they're supportive of terrorists, you know, targeting Jews. And they defend Hamas, which calls for a genocide against the Jews in its founding charter, because that's actually what they support.
Applications to Harvard for early admission down 17% from a year ago. You have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's a really striking number. I don't think you can solely attribute it to what's gone on in campus in the past 2 months because, early applications were due at least a month ago. And so definitely the congressional testimony has nothing to do with it. But I think it would be foolish to totally brush this aside and say, you know, the war in Israel and the controversy after October 7th has nothing to do with it because, Harvard did come under a lot of criticism immediately after October 7th. And we did host a number of students, Jewish students who came to campus and stayed with us and observed kind of a huge, nasty protest going on that had more than 1,000 people. And, you know, Harvard was in the news already before they were applying. And so this definitely did have something to contribute to kind of the drop in admissions. The other big factor, I would guess, is affirmative action. That's a major change. And so perhaps students no longer feel that they, would be as strong of an applicant for Harvard and are applying in fewer numbers. I would say those are kind of the two main reasons that one could posit to explain this phenomenon. But as the demographic data becomes available, we'll have more clarity on that.
Jacob Miller, a very impressive Harvard University student. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.